Hello out there. Heavy Monte here. Just want to let everybody know that my gardening and my plants are doing great. We'll be sending out some more pictures to all my friends just to see the progress of my garden. Everybody knows that not only am I a progressive Democrat, I am a progressive gardener, believe in growing my own food. But America, tonight, again, welcome to the Heavy Montes podcast and my comedy show. Now, in America, I want to talk about Donald Trump. I earlier when I first started this podcast about a couple of weeks ago, I did a video as Donald Trump going mad. It's one of my largest, videos out there. People watch it, right? But America, I asked the question: is Donald Trump mad? Now I think not only is he a taco, he's scary. Very scary. To some, they say he is the boogeyman. Especially to those congressmen. They're afraid. All they got, if you walk behind one of them and say, boo, it's all over for him. Primary. And he'll put the money behind them, too, to get rid of them. He'll tell them, you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm a primary, you get rid of you. You got to go. So they're afraid, you know. That's why they're hiding. But America, I want to say again, Donald Trump's a taco, and Donald Trump's crazy. He's crazy as hell in the opinion of H. Monte. And in a moment of heaviness, I want to say something to you. That low down dirty dog came out today and said that Israel and Iran has agreed to a ceasefire. Iran called them up real fast. You can kiss our ass on that. There ain't no ceasefire. You guys attacked us. It's war. Well, this is that taco man, that taco man. That's what I call him. Taco man. That dirty down, low down taco got us in a jam, America. You know. First, the Republican Party, tells us that he's a financial genius, and he came out with this bill to try to kill everybody, canceling bills to feed the poor, the sick, and the hungry. Now, I say to America, Donald Trump and the Republican Party are notorious liars and not fit to lead this country. Again, I want to see them gone. I feel that we should vote them out because they have a record, America. Huh? A record of depression, a record of unemployment, a record of war, America. That's the record. Huh? A record of misogyny. Huh? A record of racism. Huh? A record of homophobia. And anything else you can imagine, America. In your church. Huh? They're in your church. They're in your bedroom. They're in your hospitals. But America, we the people need to be the government, and we need to identify the things that we need to have healthier and safe lives for all. Huh? But the Republican Party have a game that they play. They create a screw government. If you don't know what a screw government is, it's something that Fox News told you that exists. Told you that government was Joe Biden. Told you if you voted for those people who are already in power, you would not have a government when you had a government. You see what I'm saying? Huh? That's what he said. That's what Donald Trump said to you. And I'm gonna tell you, things were bad under Joe Biden for a lot of people, especially the poor. They're worse now. They're worse now. And I think if they had put Kamala in there, I think we would have kept going on a high angle. You see, Joe Biden had the country going up. Donald Trump said, I don't like that. That Democrat had the country looking good. He's going to make me look bad. So I got to cancel his stuff, even though people might die and starve. America, that's why I say, has he gone mad? Huh? Only a madman would do these things. Only a madman would run for president of the United States with no kind of knowledge, no kind of experience. The experience he had was a experience in bankruptcy, huh? Experience in fraud and ripping people off, huh? In America, those red states, those people in the red states get ripped off anyway. Those Republicans with magnetizing and brainwashing those idiots in the red states for years, huh? But now, I hope you can see clearly in the red states, I hope you can see clearly that that government that they took away from you was a government and the things that the Democratic Party created, to help the American people. But America, right now, we have a criminal Republican Party. I say it all the time, because the head is a criminal, and everybody under him work to keep the criminal, in power, because they can get rid of that man. Anybody, you don't need to be a doctor or psychiatrist, anybody can see the guy they say in these words in the South. He is not wrapped too tight, he's not wrapped too tight. He wants to look good. He wants to look good. I'm getting my mouth worked on, and I'm missing some teeth. I'm getting implants, and I like to look good, but I don't like to look that good and say, "Oh, my teeth fell out of my mouth, man, because somebody punched me in my mouth, man." People are fall. "Oh, why did my teeth fall out?" My teeth fell out because I got old. You see what I'm saying, America? But Donald Trump don't take responsibility for anything. He wants to look good. He'll lie. In a minute. Nobody came to his taco parade. He came out and told everybody that 250,000 people came to his taco parade, and they're photoshopping now. They got those maggots so magnetized and so stupid down on them red states, they'll believe anything. They change up on the maggots all the time. You see, I am a man of peace. All you young men out there, vote for me. You never have to worry about going to war. Now they talk about a draft. Okay? A draft. Talk about that. Okay? They talk about going to Iran and all those young people. Because I tell you what, I know a lot of young people. I talk to them. And I was talking to a couple of them, and the guy told me, he said, Heavy, I voted for Donald Trump because, I'm tired of going to war. My dad got his leg shot off and stuff. I just don't want to go to war. So I'm going to vote for him. And he shut me up. That's a pretty damn good reason to vote for somebody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't argue with him. I wanted to try to, talk to him and tell him, look, talk to him like a liberal, but I can't talk to the man. Okay? Then I saw him again, and I told him, I said, look, man, let me tell you something. I said, Donald Trump is going to go to war. I said, Donald Trump's Republicans always do the same thing. A leopard don't change their spots. A snake will always bite you. You see? America. And we've been bitten by them all the time. Trickle down, economic, depression, unemployment. Okay? But they have something on their side that works every time. Racism and misogyny. And they pick a group of people. Used to be blacks, the Vietnamese, or the Vietnamese called hell. They were spreading stuff on the corporate media, said the Vietnamese were kissing all the fish. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that went down, You know what I'm saying? The black man was doing all these crimes. They'll be in prison, put them all in jail. You see what I'm trying to say? And so then you had Jim Crow and all this other stuff. You see America? Ran by both parties. Don't get me wrong now, because the Republicans will tell you in a minute. He'll say, the Democrats did some bad stuff too. Remember the Klan? They started the Klan. I know that. But today, the Republican Party is the modern day Democratic Klan back then. They're Jim Crow, doing all kinds of stuff. You got black people going around talking about, hey, come over here, Brian, smoke a cigar with me. Brian Donald. Jim Crow was very good for us. I raised up in Jim Crow. I remember we had a May Day parade in my I couldn't try on my suit, 'cause my family had a little bit of money, not a lot of money. But my grandfather, he's a carpenter, he took care of the family. We could afford just about anything we wanted, you know. But I'm saying that, I couldn't try on the suit, and my pants was long. It was pretty cool though, because they only took the picture, from the face up. Excuse me, from the face up. You see what I'm saying? So, but I remember that. I remember going to the Greyhound bus station. I used to be a kid. I used to be mean. I'd go to the white bathroom and pee anyway. So I was a kid. What are they gonna do to me? You know, you see? And I didn't do that stuff after I got big now. Oh, as a teenager, I didn't do that. I did it a couple of times. Fun. But it looks the same. The bathrooms are the same. But anyway, America, I'm trying to say to all of you people out there, you know, if racism and misogyny is the reason why you support a candidate, don't vote for them. If they don't clear those two paths, those two things, they can't be a racist and they can't be a misogynist, right? You understand? And they have to know that people are free to love and do whatever they want to do. Huh? Mind your damn business. Tim Walz told everybody he had the right message. But the maggot church, will do it to you every time. Seriously, they'll take you. I told you to my buddy, magnetize him, you know. But America, I don't want to keep you too long, and get off my message. But the message is never vote for a Republican. And also, Donald Trump is a big time fat liar. He got himself and the Republican Party in a jam. Now I want to see how they explain this one to the American people. They said that they didn't blow up nothing. said Iran took it, hit all the stuff. Because Pete Hegseth told them, and they said today, they told Iran, we're coming to get you. Maybe in 2 weeks. Iran said, no, they started moving stuff. And the stuff that they moved, uranium can be put in a briefcase and taken out and hid. You're not going to be able to stop those people, from getting an atomic bomb. That's just dumb. It's not going to happen, because Israel has them. You see what I'm saying? And you got them. You see? And they say, American people come on, Iran cannot get a nuclear bomb. North Korea cannot get a nuclear bomb. North Korea got a nuclear bomb. And Iran will have a nuclear bomb. Probably got one already. Now, one last thing before I go. They said that dummy Donald Trump lost control, America, of enough uranium in Iran to make 10 atomic bombs. You see what I'm saying, America? You don't know where they're at, But on the corporate news and all these people, because they're kissing ass, you know what I'm saying? They're kissing ass. They don't want to tell the American people the truth, you know? Tell the American people the truth, you know? Israel, to me, is a terrorist country, huh? They slaughtered all those people in Gaza, women and children, and blew up the hospital. And you know what happened? When that hospital got blew up, they crying. Oh, we hunting terrorists in a hospital. You see what I'm saying? They're hiding in the hospital. We got people in the hospital, critical condition. They're gonna die, babies. We bombing them. That's Israel. Huh? We're clearing it out and moving those families and crushing them and killing them. Huh? With American bombs. And I don't think the American people go along with it. Huh? We're not, we had enough of that stuff over there. Trump said he was going to let them fight it out. Well, Israel, and they said Netanyahu's scared too. He goes sleeping at night. So Trump was saying one thing, he don't know what's going on. But the American people, we don't want them to lose any more of our young men. Hey, that young man that voted for that maggot and had to endure all the nasty things he's doing to the country because of his vote deserve for Donald Trump to keep his damn word. You see what I'm saying? Huh? You think he's going to keep his word, America? Put it in the chat. Question of the hour. Do you think Donald Trump is going to keep his word and keep us from going to war? I don't think so, because we already have war. You see, America, All right, have a great day. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel.